CountryWide Connect with Andy Thompson and Sarah Perriam-Lampp.
Chief Executive Officer of the Institute of Rural Professionals, Joe Finer, has joined me in studio. Joe, g'day. Welcome to the show. Really appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Andy. Hey, and great to see you wearing your Crusaders shirt. I've just flown in from Hamilton with a plane load of Chiefs supporters and almost managed to get a bit of a Mulu chant going on the plane. There's a lot of excitement building around here today, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, we were talking earlier in the show, someone tried to get a plane to come in a bit earlier, and there's no chance of that. So, no, if whatever plane you're on, you're on. It is going to be a very exciting weekend here in Christchurch, and it's good to see Chiefs supporters coming down and joining us here in Christchurch and Canterbury, so hopefully they enjoy their weekend. Hey Joe, Institute of Rural Professionals, you had a name change last year. You were known as?
We were, the Institute of Primary Industry Management, and before that, when we were first founded in the late 1960s, we were the Farm Management Society.
Okay, so thank goodness you changed your name, and I know there was a lot of people very happy about it. But in saying that, what do you guys do?
So we are here to represent and to provide, capability build and knowledge sharing for rural professionals. So a bit like you've got the Institute of Chartered Accountants or the Law Society who represent those professions, we represent the professionals who are supporting farmers and growers. So
advisors, vets, consultants, bankers, you name it, what we would shorten in the term RPs.
RPs, that's it.
Yeah, that makes it simple. Rural professionals, and a really, really important role. And it is, because it's kind of like, well, ag is the backbone of the country, but rural professionals are the backbone of farmers, right?
Yeah, well, they're the support crew, right? So they're there to provide the trusted advice, whether that's legal advice, financial advice, farm systems advice. Bring that kind of group, veterinarian advice, bring all that knowledge around a farmer and grower so they can really make the right decisions for the best of their farm.
When I was farming, like the banker, the accountant, the lawyer, and I suppose the consultant, it was kind of like a board. And probably we were much more informal maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago, but it's kind of formalised in some ways a little bit, hasn't it now? Like those advice roles are crucial.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of the focus that we have on, as well as some of those kind of technical skills around, emissions reduction or around fresh water, we also build the skills in leadership and particularly in governance, because a lot of those advisors end up being involved in kind of board roles or governance roles for farms. So as that formalises, we've kind of changed the focus of the Institute a bit as well to make sure that we are upskilling our members to be able to provide that best support.
Well, that actually goes into my next question. So it's not compulsory, obviously, to join the Institute of Rural Professionals. So a young rural professional who's coming into the job, or even not a young one, why would they join the organisation? Why would they join the Institute of Rural Professionals?
We like to start before that. We start with student members.
Yeah, so, right. Yeah. Yes, you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, look, there's networking, there's connection, there's mentoring opportunity, there's kind of learning. We put out a quarterly publication with some quite kind of in-depth articles. We put out a fortnightly newsletter that just keeps the rural professional informed. So part of joining is to go, right, now that I've got embarked on my career or about to embark on my career, I've got this whole group of people that I can work with, particularly if I'm in Southland, if I'm in Taranaki, maybe I'm in Bay of Plenty, I've got people around me. I get to know those who are doing similar roles, and I've got this constant feed of information that maybe the base was formed at university, but now that flow on continues through us.
I've been fortunate enough to come along to a couple of your conferences, and I broadcast there a couple of times. And now I've actually even been made a member because we're partners. CountryWide is partnered with the Institute of Rural Professionals, and I've been starting to get some of that information coming through, which has been really, really interesting, fascinating to see. From a new organisation, which I haven't been a member of before, to see, the focus and what you are doing and the way that you're working. And you're right, going to your function when you have your awards night for your Young Rural Professional of the Year, and it is very good to see that pipeline of people coming through.
Yeah, it's a real focus for us, particularly this year. There's some fantastic work being done out there in schools, through agribusiness and schools. through the universities, and even working with lots of young farmers. So this year for us, we were going to really try and bring that kind of group of focus of organisations who focus on growing that pipeline together, and really see if we can really get some increasing momentum to be able to bring people into those kind of professional roles to support farmers.
Is there a shortage of people moving into these roles? I mean, these are good jobs generally. Are we, is that pipeline being filled?
The pipeline is filled. We're not short, but of course, we all believe that the opportunity in the agri-food sector is just is fantastic, and there's such great career options for people. So we just want to keep, promoting that. Want to keep working on, the kudos that is associated with being part of an agricultural career, so a lot of it is just about kind of increasing that, the kudos that goes with it.
It's interesting you say that, because you are talking about professionals, and rural professionals is the term we're talking about, and that does open up, as you move through your career, a lot of opportunities, doesn't it? Like boards and groups and whole independent consultants. There's a lot of stuff that is there once you get that experience and move through into those probably bigger roles.
Yeah, and we try and offer that even through the structure of the organisation. So we've got 1,400 members. We're a not-for-profit, so it is just an industry association, similar to a Dairy NZ or a Beef and Lamb or Hort NZ. And we provide opportunity for individuals to get involved in their branch committees, become a branch chair, give them some kind of leadership training, governance training. We've got board roles, associate board roles. So it's kind of a bit of a pipeline itself into those more, it's kind of senior opportunities and governance and the likes for the sector.
Yeah, and people who aren't members, what's the easiest way for them if they're listening to this and going, how do we get involved?
Probably the easiest, jump on our website, IRPNZ, which stands for Institute of Rural Professionals, nz.co.nz. We always have a little space in the CountryWide magazine with a QR code, so you can link through. Simple membership form, and then we put wraparound support there to make the process as simple as possible.
Earlier in the show, I caught up with Director of On-Farm Support, Vanessa Winning. And I know you know Vanessa, and she made a comment, and we were talking about when on-farm support first started, and there was some level of disquiet, I think, amongst the rural professional ranks, particularly maybe some of the on-farm consultants, that maybe this role of on-farm support was being a government role coming in and usurping that role potentially. She indicated that sort of level of concern has dissipated in recent times. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, we absolutely see it as complementary. So what the on-farm support team do is different to, what any other kind of advisors or consultants are doing. They're not providing, Vanessa's team there are not providing that advice. They're providing support in a different way to the sector. And it's fantastic. They've become the staff there in that on-farm support team have become involved in our regional branches, so they work alongside our members really closely, absolutely see it as a complementary.
Yeah, I see them at a lot of events I go to, and as I mentioned to her, I was at the Ag Innovation Day in Palmy on Wednesday, and there were on-farm support people there. You see them at field days, Science for Farmers, so they're doing a lot of that, I suppose, extension work as well, so that's really interesting to see. So looking forward to catching up. We lots of events you and I go to, and we catch up at certain things. But one event that I am particularly looking forward to, and I know you're a board member, Field Days.
National Field Days.
National Field Days. You're a board member on National Field Days, and tickets have gone on sale.
They have this week. They've just gone on sale. It's shaping up to be a fantastic event. I was in Hamilton yesterday for a board meeting. All our exhibit sites are essentially sold out. There is a huge amount of momentum building. We've got a lot of international delegations, by far and away bigger than any international delegations we've had in before. There's a bit of a when you travel value back if you're in the South Island.
I was going to talk about that. That's why I've brought it up, because apparently $2,000 if you're from the South Island, you go in a draw to win $2,000. But then I thought, well, we're probably not going to buy tickets. We're probably going to end up being given them. So we're probably not eligible. Would that be right?
No, but there's a lot of other listeners
Yes.
who I'm sure are eligible. So,
That's right. So buy your tickets, go to Field Days, and if you're from the South Island, you're in a $2,000 draw.
That's right.
It's excellent. I must say, working with, I've worked for a lot of years with Peter Nation, and that's been absolutely fantastic. But you've got a new crew in there now, Richard Lindbergh and his team, and working with Richard, I found Richard fantastic to work with. I think his ideas and his drive for the event. And it's always good to have new blood in, right, to run an event like this.
Absolutely, and he's come from a really interesting background, involved in running the America's Cup and running the supercars and running the Auckland Marathon. So it's bringing that kind of large event capability into Field Days, which he's a year into the role, and as a board we're loving having him.
He hit the ground running well and truly. I mean, he came in halfway through. Well, last year was his first event. He sort of came in like the transition between Peter and him was kind of 6 months. Peter did 6 months, and then he did the final 6 months, right?
Yeah. So he didn't really. Yeah, he wasn't really involved in the I guess the activation of the Field Days last June, because he just arrived. He let the team carry on and run that, and then he was saying to us yesterday, "This is my first Field Days. I'm feeling slightly nervous about it, but this is my first one." So.
Oh well, nervous is a good thing.
Yeah.
Nervous is a very good thing. It keeps you on your toes. And I was actually drove past it the other day on Monday we were up in Hamilton, and drove right past Field Days, and I was a bit tempted just to call in, but we were a little bit short of time, so I didn't. But we're on the way through to Patararu, so drove through from the airport, so really, really good. Joe, fantastic to have you in here in studio with us. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much, and really looking forward to catching up more and talking again.
And we'll see you at our conference in August. It's going to be in Wellington this year, so hope
another
to
trip to Wellington.
Yeah, indeed.
Right. Looking forward to that, and the awards night is always a great night, and because it is inspiring, some of those young people, isn't it? Their passion.
Yeah, we have 2 awards. There's the Emerging Rural Professional of the Year, and we award a Rural Professional of the Year. One sponsored by Farmax, Beef and Lamb sponsor the other award, and fantastic to be able to kind of go through that judging process and see what fantastic talent we have in the sector.
All right, Joe Finas, Chief Executive Officer for the Institute of Rural Professionals. Thanks you so much, and love the partnership with you guys and us here at CountryWide and CountryWide Connect. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
CountryWide Connect with Andy Thompson and Sarah Perriam-Lampp.